Hello and welcome to this session. My name is Rohini Gaukar and we are going to talk about the key features provided by AWS Cloud9 and its integration with other AWS services such as CodeStar and Lambda to showcase how AWS Cloud9 simplifies the development of serverless applications. Towards the end of this session, we have a demo on how to use CodeStar and Cloud9 to develop, build, and deploy a Node.js serverless web application. This is a technical presentation, so I am assuming most of you will have some kind of technical role in your organization. Let's dive straight and discuss the 3 pillars of software development. As we all know, it all starts with creating and writing code. Once you are done with that, the next step is to release the code to production, and as a third step, you run that code into production. AWS comes with a range of services and tools which support you to run your online services. So it comes with EC2, with Fargate, with ECS, Lambda, and whole other range of compute services which enable you to run your applications in the cloud. Next to that, there is a range of storage services like you have RDS, Aurora, Redshift, S3, and many more. In reality, there is a whole range of services which allow you to cater to all your needs required for running your online services. The other pillar is your release process, where your code goes through multiple phases of software release cycle. A typical software release cycle would encompass these phases, like source, build, test in staging and pre-production, and finally deploying to production. Where source includes checking the source code, doing peer review, and version control, the next step is to maybe run some unit tests, build your source code to generate a deployment artifact. This artifact can then be deployed to the staging or a pre-production environment for an end-to-end testing. Once you get all greens from all your tests, you finally deploy the code to production and go live. Let's quickly see the services on AWS that cater to each phase of software development cycle. AWS Code Commit is a fully managed source control service that makes it easy for companies to host and secure highly scalable private Git repositories. You can use Code Commit to securely store anything from source code to binaries, and it works seamlessly with your existing Git tools. Next, for the build phase, you can use AWS Code Build. It is a fully managed build service that compiles source code, runs unit tests, and produces software packages that are ready to deploy. You can get started quickly by using the pre-packaged build environments, or you can create custom build environments that use your own build tools. With Code Build, you don't need to provision, manage, and scale your own build servers. It scales continuously and processes multiple builds concurrently, so your builds are not left waiting in a queue. For the test phase, you can continue using the tools you're already familiar with. AWS Code Deploy automates code deployments to any instance, including Amazon EC2 instances and on-premise servers. It makes it easier for you to rapidly release new features, helps you avoid downtime during application deployment, and handles the complexity of updating your applications. Finally, you need an orchestration layer to move your code from one phase to another. Code Pipeline is a continuous integration and continuous delivery service for fast and reliable application and infrastructure updates. It builds, tests, and deploys your code every time there's a code change based on the release process models you define. This enables you to rapidly and reliably deliver features and updates. This is a representation of different code suite services that cater to each of the software release phases, where Code Pipeline orchestrates transitioning from one phase into another. CodeStar gives you a unified user interface, reducing the need to switch between consoles of these and additional AWS services. And this does not include just these 4 services. Remember the multiple options AWS provides you for compute? So CodeStar also supports more deployment options like Lambda, CloudFormation, and Beanstalk. It also has additional integrations that include monitoring the application using CloudWatch and Teams management using IAM. As a developer, setting up an automated software development workflow can be time-intensive and a detailed task. With CodeStar, you can set up your continuous delivery toolchain in minutes, allowing you to start releasing code faster. It gives you a choice of pre-configured templates for your projects. Its project dashboard lets you monitor the application activity and track its progress across all stages of your software development process, including the code commits, the builds, the tests, and the deployments. It makes it easy to manage the whole continuous delivery pipeline at the unified location. You can also manage your team's access to the projects and the extensions like Jira. In short, CodeStar helps you with the release pillar of your software development. The very first pillar in software development is obviously to create the code for your application. Developers use an integrated development environment, also known as an IDE, for writing and running debugging code. Cloud9 is a cloud IDE. The ACE editor at the core of Cloud9 is what lets you write code quickly, easily, and beautifully. It follows a unique philosophy of doing one thing and doing it well, that is, writing code. Cloud9 gives you the flexibility to run your development environment on a managed EC2 instance or any existing Linux server that supports SSH. This means that you can write and run and debug your applications with just a browser without needing to install or maintain a local IDE. The Cloud9 development environment is pre-packaged with SDKs, tools, and libraries needed for serverless application development. It makes collaborating on code very easy. You can share your development environment with your team in just few clicks and pair programs together. At a quick glance, these are all the AWS products and services that enable you to streamline development on the AWS cloud. Using CodeStar with Cloud9, you can start projects quickly. To create a typical development environment, you would create a CI/CD pipeline, create the environment, install the IDE and plugins. With CodeStar, you can simply create a project and start coding. Cloud9 comes pre-packaged with essential tools for many popular programming languages like Node.js, JavaScript, Python, PHP, Ruby, etc. So you don't have to tinker with installing various compilers and tool chains. You can easily streamline CI/CD pipeline creation. CodeStar accelerates the software release with the help of Code Pipeline, the continuous integration and continuous delivery service. Each project comes pre-configured with an automated pipeline that continuously builds, tests, and deploys your code with each commit. So you can use Cloud9 to make the code changes and develop the software in CodeStar project. In the background, an EC2 instance hosts the Cloud9 development environment. This environment provides the Cloud9 IDE and access to the CodeStar project files. You can use the CodeStar console or the Cloud9 console to create Cloud9 development environments for projects that store their code in code commit. So when you commit your code in Cloud9, it automatically triggers the CI/CD pipeline. You can code with just a browser. Cloud9 gives you the flexibility to run your development environment on a managed EC2 instance or any existing Linux server that supports SSH. This means that you can write, run, and debug applications with just a browser without needing to install or maintain a local IDE. The Cloud9 code editor and integrated debugger include helpful time-saving features such as code hinting, code completion, and step-through debugging. The Cloud9 terminal provides a browser-based shell experience, enabling you to install additional software, do a git push, or enter commands. You can build serverless applications easily. Cloud9 makes it easy to write, run, and debug serverless applications by providing an integrated experience. It pre-configures the development environment with all the SDKs, libraries, and plugins needed for serverless development. Cloud9 also supports the Serverless Application Model, SAM, so you can use SAM templates in Cloud9 to provide a simplified way of defining your resources for your serverless applications. Additionally, Cloud9 allows you to edit and debug AWS Lambda functions locally, which eliminates the need to upload your code to Lambda console just for debugging. CodeStar also has pre-configured templates for configuring CI/CD for Lambda. You can code together in real time. Cloud9 lets you share your development environment with your team. This means it makes it easy for multiple developers in your teams to actively see each other typing and pair program together on the same file. It allows you to use the built-in chat capability to communicate with your team without having to leave the IDE. Let's go to the console. Use CodeStar to build a new Lambda-based Node.js serverless web application. We will use CodeStar to set up the continuous delivery toolchain using code commit for source control and code pipeline to automate the release process. We will then make some change in code in Node.js project using Cloud9 and commit the change to trigger the continuous pipeline and redeploy the project. Step 1 is to build a simple Node.js app in CodeStar. In this step, we will set up CodeStar, then create and deploy a serverless Lambda Node.js project. In the AWS services, find the CodeStar service and ensure you are in the correct region. On the CodeStar home page, select Create a New Project. CodeStar can assist you by administering AWS resources on your behalf. To enable this feature, CodeStar needs to create an AWS service role for you. On the Create Service Role dialog, choose Yes, Create Role. On the Choose a Project template page, there are wide varieties of pre-configured templates to choose from. Let's choose the Node.js template, which includes a web application and AWS Lambda. On the project details page, for project name, let's enter Node.js-app. Confirm that you have selected AWS commit and then select Next. On the review project details page, notice that CodeStar will set up a complete continuous integration pipeline using code commit for version control, using code build to build and test, and CloudFormation for deployment to Lambda. Additionally, CodeStar will use Amazon CloudWatch to monitor the application. To proceed, select Create Project. On the Setup tool page, pick how you want to edit your code. For this demo, let's select AWS Cloud9, then select Next. On the Setup Your AWS Cloud9 environment page, under the Recommendation Instances, select Optimized T2.micro and select Next. The Cloud9 IDE will run on this instance and we will access it via web browser. For advanced settings, we can select appropriate VPC and subnets where we want to run the Cloud9 IDE instance. For the cost-saving settings, choose the amount of time Cloud9 waits after all the web browser instances that are connected to the IDE for the environment have been closed. Now, CodeStar will set up the CodeStar project and connect it to Cloud9 IDE. In a few minutes, you will get a success and soon the complete project dashboard will be displayed. While your continuous deployment process completes, the waiting icon cube will continue to show up and disappear. The dashboard is made up of tiles which can be edited, moved, or removed across for a personalized dashboard. You can find the tiles for commit history, the application endpoints, the Cloud9 IDE, and also the continuous deployment pipeline. In the pipeline, based on the selected template, it has created the required services and their integrations for you. Your project and IDE are set up and ready to use. Find the application's endpoints tile and click the link between the horizontal bars. the new node.js application would be displayed in a new tab of browser window. Now that we have set up a sample application up and running, the next step is to change the code and then deploy this application. In this step, we will make minor changes to the sample application code with Cloud9, then commit the changes to code commit, which will tell the pipeline to automatically trigger build of the code via code build and deployment via CloudFormation to Lambda. Back in the AWS CodeStar dashboard, select See My Environments. This will show you the environments created by you or shared with you. As this is a fresh environment, we only have one tile. Click on Open IDE. Now CodeStar will clone your Git repository into a Cloud9 environment and open the Cloud9 IDE in your browser. On the bottom of the Cloud9 IDE in the Bash tab, change the working directory to start working with your code. It is a best practice to set up your Git user and your user email address when you set up a new Cloud9 environment using these commands. Now that your environment is set up completely and you are ready to start developing. In the Cloud9 IDE, select the Navigate tab on the left, then select index.html. This will open the index.html for editing. Like most IDEs, Cloud9 has shortcut keystrokes for editing and finding text. To find the line of code to change, simply use your operating system-based find command. Type APPL into the find search bar and the Cloud9 editor will scroll to highlight the application string on line 62. Let's add some text like welcome to innovate to index.html and then save the changes by doing your OS-based key combinations for saving a file. Using the Bash tab at the bottom of the Cloud9 IDE, confirm you have saved your changes by typing git status command. If git returns modified public/index.html in red, you have successfully saved your changes locally and you're ready to commit to stage and commit your changes to the repository. If git returns nothing to commit, working tree is clean and you need to save your changes in the Cloud9 IDE. Once you successfully save it, use the next 3 git commands to stage, commit, and push the changes to the master branch in your connected repository on code commit. After pushing the changes to the master branch in code commit, code pipeline will trigger the continuous deployment process. You can monitor the process by accessing the CodeStar dashboard and scrolling down to the continuous deployment tile. Over a few minutes, we will see the code move from the source stage through the build stage and finally through the deployment stage. Once your code has reached the deploy stage, let's confirm that the changes have been reflected to the live web application. You can either select the URL in the CodeStar application endpoint style again or refresh the previous application link. Once the page loads in browser, it's confirmed that it contains the new data. Great, it does display the heading, Welcome to Innovate. Please do note, all the AWS services used in this demo are within the AWS free tier. This was a simple demo with the sample application and its pipeline. You can select any pre-configured template and then modify the application with your code and also modify the pipeline to match your software release process. Over the years, we have innovated beyond traditional monolith applications into a serverless world. As we conclude the session, I urge you to reimagine the development of serverless applications too. And the combination of AWS CodeStar and AWS Cloud9 is just making the DevOps journey into serverless world a smooth ride. If after today you want to take your AWS knowledge to the next level, you have several options available to you. To gain more confidence and hands-on experience with AWS, watch our instructional videos and explore the self-paced labs. Additionally, you can attend our instructor-led classes by qualified AWS instructors and learn how to design, deploy, and operate highly available, cost-effective, and secure applications on AWS. And finally, don't forget to validate your technical expertise with AWS and use practice exams to help you prepare for the AWS certification. You can get more information on all three options at aws.training. AWS also has a wide partner ecosystem to help you focus on your success and take full advantage of all the business benefits that AWS has to offer. Learn more about how APN partners can help you and find the right APN partner for your needs. Visit the APN booth at our showcase. Thank you for attending the session. We hope you found it interesting. Do provide us with your feedback and let us know how we can improve the event experience for you in the future. I also want to wish you good luck in leveraging CodeStar and Cloud9 for streamlining development of your serverless applications. Thank you. Happy deploying.